I think I'm getting land sick. I haven't caught a fish in 2 days. It feels like I'm falling apart.
Could you please describe what you see in the following images for me?
That's a snapper.
And this?
That's a bass. Looks like a can of ADOS. That's a kawai. That's a Mercury Verado. It looks like a Stabicraft 2400.
Okay, Nicky, try this ADOS adhesive. This will help you hold it all together.
ADOS, proud sponsors of ADOS Addicted to Fishing.
Nicky Sinden is addicted to fishing. Whether it's straylining for big snapper, jigging for kingfish, spearfishing or diving, she loves it all and is on a constant quest to learn more. Join her each week as she road trips around the country, tracking down New Zealand's local fishing legends as they share their stories, tapping into their local knowledge and showcasing their tips, tricks and techniques.
Hey, I'm Nicky from ADOS, Addicted to Fishing. It's the week before Christmas and it sounds like the West Coast is flat, so we're venturing to New Zealand's biggest harbour in the hope of crossing the renowned Kaipara Bar.
I've been addicted to fishing since I was 8 years old. We would go away to the beach and I'd be the only one there for 7 days with a line in the water all day until I couldn't sort of move, you know. Loved it and I just got hooked from that day. I surfed the coast for 25 years, West Coast boy, and used to see those yellowfin in the early days jumping out the back, and I just thought I need to own a boat and I'm going to go there and I want to catch one of those. So yeah, well tomorrow Nicky's bringing up this new machine with the new Verado 250 on. Mercury is number one as far as we're concerned. This thing's going to come up with a 4-stroke with the fly-by-wire, and I'm really looking forward to giving it a bit of a play. So hopefully tomorrow we're going to have good conditions. We've been studying the map for a week or so now. We know the swell's down, but that can change in an instant.
The Kaipara Bar is well known for its fierce currents and confused whitewater, which piles up on the sandbanks where the harbour meets the Tasman Sea. This is also known as the graveyard, due to many ships who have met their fate to these fierce currents.
Kaipara Bar needs to be treated with respect. You've got to prepare to go to the bar. You've got to look at your weather. Like we study our weather a week out. We look at Australian Met Service. Like I'm studying those isobaric maps all the time, swell reports. I'd suggest that most people, a metre and under is the time to go. Sand's moving all the time. This bar's changed more this year than I've seen in probably 15 odd years of doing it. Your boat needs to be set up for it. You know, high-speed props and high-speed boats, it's torque and horsepower. We get to the bar, we radio the Kaipara Coast Guard, and they'll put you on a 15-minute bar watch. Life jackets on, we've got EPIRBs, we've got everything. Our boats are fully safe and they have to be. There'll be holes that'll appear, your boat will fall in them. It's 15 knots on the east coast is a great day's fishing. 15 knots wind against the tide here can be very, very ugly. We've picked a good day for Nicky to come up. We've been looking at it for a few days now, and it's the perfect window. The swell is small, and it's going to be a lovely day.
Quite a plentiful harbour, isn't it?
Yep, there's plenty of fish in this harbour. There's a good variety of, anything from your gurnard in the winter time and snapper and kingfish in the summer. And it's a fisherman's paradise, really.
So today we're going to be trying to get some snapper, aren't we?
Yep, we'll target some snapper outside the bar.
The Kaipara Harbor is a main spawning harbour for snapper in New Zealand. That's why we have chosen to fish here to bring home a bin of snapper for Christmas. We've just pulled up, we've just seen a bit of sign on the Furuno. Nick, you've had a bit of luck here before?
Yeah, this is one of my sort of favourite spots. I'm not allowed to tell anyone about, but we're in about 18 metres, and it's a bed of just where the snapper feed on what we call snapper biscuits, and it seems to hold fish all the time.
Yep. So we're going to drop the anchor.
Yep.
And then we're going to deploy some burley.
Yep.
We've got some dead baits that we're going to
Yep.
throw down there as well.
And then hopefully we're going to haul some snappers.
And what is the one thing that we don't want to catch?
No, don't even mention the word.
We won't mention it. It starts with S, ends with hark.
Yes. Topi from Ohopi, we call them.
They're pretty prolific over here. It should be quite exciting if we do hook into one, but it's not what we're here for. So. This is a tasty mussel in kind of burley. This is what's going to catch us a nice big snapper. We are strategically using a burley made up of shellfish in an attempt to bypass any blood-hungry sharks. I'm trying a ledger rig because we've got the burley a few metres underneath the boat, so that's where a lot of the fish will be hiding. So, got a ledger rig, I'll let that down very close to the burley where the fish are. So Nick, how did you get into fishing?
I started fishing when I was a kid. We used to go camping, of all places, Orewa. We used to camp there as a family, and when I was sort of 7 or 8 years old, I used to go the whole week. I used to just sit on that bridge, the old Orewa bridge, and fish the whole time. The rest of my family were doing the beach thing. I was always mad keen on it. So sort of from there, and eeling and that as a kid, you know, like most young fellas do when you live out west. I was addicted to fishing from day one, so just love that, you know, just sitting in the harbour on a nice day and away from pretty much anything. It's fantastic.
Coming up, we see what these West Coast shallow waters have to offer. This week on ADOS, Addicted to Fishing, we have crossed the Kaipara Bar with local fisherman Nick Hekkens, hoping to bring home a bin of tasty snapper.
I've been fishing the Kaipara Harbor now for probably close to 15 years, even before I moved up here to live. I used to fish here regularly and loved it, just loved the raw power, and you know, the West Coast, once you're a West Coast boy, you're a West Coast boy. It's hard to go to the other side. You know, you've got murky water and that, but the fish are fantastic. If you're a fisherman, there's no better place, I don't think. There's world record snappers in the harbour, there's marlin outside.
We've got a shellfish burley cranking, and we're using pilchards and bonito to entice the bite. Here we go. Doesn't feel very snapperish. I think it might be a gurnard. Woohoo! Japanese gurnard. Get that in the boat. Beautiful looking fish, Japanese gurnard, look at that. The West Coast is known for its gurnard. These are very, very tasty, otherwise known as carrots. Interesting sound that they make. Do you know why they make that sound?
I've got no idea, but it sounds like a dog barking, doesn't it? Yeah, we're hooked up again. 4 kilo line and 50 metres is always a bit of a test. It's always a lot of fun though. Feels like a snapper. It's got that classic snapper nod.
What kind of bait did you have on there, Nick?
You got pilchards on this one. Double hook rig on a dropper, so it's a classic West Coaster. Beautiful sunny day with a nice snapper.
Nice.
Yeah.
That must have felt good on the light tackle setup.
It's nice. It's a superb little setup there.
Nick and I are sharing 2 setups today to keep things interesting. We're using a Shimano Calcutta 200D on a Shimano Revolution Vertical Series rod with 4 kilo line as our light tackle setup. We're also using a Shimano Torium on a Backbone Elite 10 to 15 kilo rod with 9 kilo cast and catch mono for something a little bit more serious.
So the reason that we use a towel like this when we put it over the snapper's eyes is that it actually helps it calm down a bit. And when we want to icky the fish, the little guide that I use, this here is the perculum and this here is the pre-perculum. Now if we follow the pre-perculum up, you will find that that is the perfect spot. Angle it in towards the eye. So you know for a fact that it's done when their eyes sort of roll back and their jaws open. This one's feeling pretty good.
Need a net for that one, Nick?
Yeah, let's grab the net.
That's a nice snapper. There we go. How about that?
Time to come on the bite. This is good. It's good news. Another one for the bin.
Another nice penny there. Beautiful shaped fish.
Yeah.
How about that?
Little westy fish.
Loving the look of that.
Yeah. What's it gonna be? Oh no. It's something else that starts with S. Right, so the right way to grab these is just to death grip it behind the gills. Because it's a lemon shark, it doesn't actually have teeth. Beautiful little shark here. This is a tasty one. You can actually eat these. A lot of the fish and chip shops, they serve them up. But this one's gonna head back into the drink to live another day. So we'll put this one back. Oh, he's strong.
Tackle tips and tactics, brought to you by Smart Marine.
The one thing I get asked a lot is what rigs do you use in which situations? So we're going to be talked through exactly what to use in this situation. We've got a whole heap of sand below us. We're going to use 80-pound trace.
Yep. 80 pounds perfect. It's pretty murky here. We're in close, so it's not super clear, and they don't tend to see it. I use a 2-hook rig because I'm fishing with pilchards or, squid and big baits. So generally it's just a standard fisherman's knot. So down through the back of the shaft and then run it like 7 or 8 down the shaft, because that gives it, this is actually like a spring pretty much, so it stops that tension coming off, and then back up through the eye. So then your next hook gets stuck down the shaft again. Now the reason I fixed this hook is that
IGFA.
the IGFA regulations, yes, so you got to have you can't have a swinging keeper hook. Potentially any fish you could catch here could be a world record, so you don't want to be let down by a silly little knot or not having your rig right. So that's our finished rig. I've got enough to wrap around a pilchard and put it through the top and have your hooks facing either side if you want to, and it gives you a bit of room to move with big baits and stuff.
For all your fishing needs, head on down to your local Smart Marine store.
What do you got on there, Nick? You haven't moved it much in that little...
Yeah, no, we haven't really moved it.
on that cotton?
Ooh, coming up, we hook into some more West Coast snapper. This week, we have crossed the Kaipara Bar with local fisherman Nick Hekkens in search for some tasty snapper to fill the bin.
We have different fish, different parts of the year. In the winter time, we have a gurnard, which we love around here. We have trophies for gurnard. It's crazy, but I actually like catching them just as much as I do a snapper, and they get to 1.5 kilos if you're lucky. So from winter, then we go into the spring where we get the snapper turn up on the coast. That's wicked because the big ones turn up and you get a shot at them. And then it's into my favourite time of the year, which is the marlin season.
How does the fishing change and move with the seasons? Like you were mentioning before that you get the gurnard in winter.
In the harbour, yeah, we get good, really good big gurnard in the winter. They seem to come in the harbour then, so it sort of takes everyone's mind off. We have the marlin season in the summer, then we get into the winter where the gurnard come in, and you still catch snapper. You get some nice big fish through the winter period, and then spring you get out here for the spring spawn, and when conditions allow, you catch the big snappers. So, and then it's back into the marlin season again. So yeah, there's always something to do. What do you got there? You got the little peewee.
Yeah, switching over to the Calcutta.
Yay.
After the torium, it feels very different. It feels very light.
That's very nice.
Just trying to ease the snapper up to the boat. I love the X-ship drag on the Calcutta. It's very smooth.
It's a very well matched combination, rod and reel, that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you do it, eh? Everything's fun on 4 kilo line.
Yeah.
It gives them a sporting chance, and
Yeah, you definitely notice the difference between when I was using the torium versus the Calcutta. The light tackle was so much fun.
it's more responsive. You feel the fish, and it makes small fish actually fun. If there's a day when the big fish aren't there, it makes it a challenge, and it gives you a good taste of what fishing's actually all about.
Absolutely.
That's one for the bin because it's been caught in deep water, and
I love the anticipation of wondering what it is.
it's the right colour.
It's the right colour. Woohoo!
There we go. Oh, nice snapper. Beautiful pink
I
snapper.
know. Oh, nice. That is a plump fish. This part is what I like to call the negotiation. I come to the table with a little bit, then they come to the table with a little bit. And we go back and forth until we agree. I love it when a plan comes together. I said this would be our last bait.
Last bait.
Here we go. I'm really glad that we filled that bin. We've both got family that are going to be absolutely stoked. I reckon we put this one back. We've had a pretty good run today.
Yeah, it's been a great day.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of nice fish like this one.
Nice, beautiful snapper. Then we'll head back over that bar before it gets too late.
Yeah, we've got the bar to think about.
Incoming tide will be good at the ramp.
Well, hey, thanks so much for coming out with us on the show. It has been so much fun, and I'm telling you now, I feel like I've learnt a lot from you, Nick.
That's good.
We filled the bin with Christmas just around the corner. That's exactly what we wanted to do, and we safely got over that bar.
Yes, well, that's always a bonus to get over it in
Yeah.
one piece, and then the next thing is to try and get home in one piece.
Try.
Yes.
What's this
Well,
try?
we've got to give it a go. It's exciting. You know, the bar it's an exciting way to finish the day.
It is, and it needs to be respected. We'll put our life jackets on.
Very much so, and
Yeah.
the Coast Guard will know we're crossing. It's, we need to be very, very safe going across that.
Yeah,
it looks beautifully
absolutely.
calm today, and it's been an absolutely stunning West Coast day.
Yeah,
But you've still got to be cautious when you're crossing that bar because the tides change. And
absolutely.
yeah, looking forward to it, taking this puppy with that big Merc.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
fly-by-wire is just the business. So
It's something else, isn't
got
it?
some serious horsepower, this boat.
Yeah.
And I want one.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Well, hey, anyway, thanks so much for coming on the show
It's
today.
a pleasure, real pleasure. Loved it. Had
Yeah.
a fantastic day.
Yeah.
It's every day fishing's a good day to be off work.
It is,
So-
it is. And we hope that you viewers at home have learnt something useful, and we will see you again next week on ADOS Addicted to Fishing. Let's
See
go
you
over this
later.
bar.
You beauty. Right. We've spent years and years learning how to cross this bar. I've been doing it now for 12 or 13 years, and in the time I started here, none of the charter boats even went over the bar, so really got to pre-prepared to go there. You can get hurt pretty quickly, and the older you get, the harder it becomes, so you've got to pick the days and really, really take it easy.
Care and Catch, brought to you by Trade Zone. So today I'd like to talk about motors, and I've got my mate Craig here from Gulfland Marine in Whangaproa, Auckland. He is the man when it comes to motors. He's kitted out our boat and sorted out our Mercury. Craig, for the viewers at home, what do you think the top 3 tips are when it comes to looking after your motor?
Yeah, probably the most important is to get it annually serviced, or every 100 hours, whatever comes first.
Okay, so every 100 hours or annually, all right? And say that you don't use your boat for a few months at a time, would you recommend that maybe giving it a bit of a start up every couple of months, even if it's at home?
Yeah, most definitely. Start it up, fire it up on the flushes, just give it a run. Do it every few weeks.
A few weeks?
Yep,
okay.
every few weeks. And while you're not using the engine, just take the motor cover off on a nice hot sunny day and just let it air.
Air it out?
Just let it get air and sun to it, and it just dries all the moisture out.
Okay. And obviously, it's key to flush out your motor every time that you've been out on the water as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps the internals of the engine really clean. Yep.
Okay, sweet. So it's pretty simple. Thanks for joining us, Craig.
No trouble.
And I hope you guys enjoyed that. For all your engineering needs, head on down to your local Trade Zone store. ADOS Addicted to Fishing adventures in confidence in our Stabby craft, which is powered by our Mercury Marine, and we tow it around in our Ford Ranger. Smart Marines supply us with our Shimano tackle. We find the best fishing spots with our Furuno. We celebrate our catch with a wild buck. We keep up to date with Fishing World magazine, and it all sticks together thanks to ADOS.